everybody, Smart Silver Stacker here. Today I'll be talking about something a little different, gold bullion jewelry from Thailand. Thailand has a long tradition of using gold bullion as a store of value, and in fact, the old name for Thailand, Siam, actually means gold in Sanskrit. This tradition runs so deep that Thailand even has its own unit of measurement for gold, known as the baht. 1 baht is equal to 15.16 grams, just slightly less than half a troy ounce, which is 31.1 grams. One thing to note is that the Thai currency is also known as the baht, and although their currency is not tied to gold, at the moment at least, it just goes to show how deeply intertwined the concepts of gold and money are in their cultural consciousness. Gold Buddhas and religious objects are not uncommon in Thailand, but the preferred form of bullion for investment is actually jewelry. Unlike here in the US, where jewelry is commonly viewed as simply adornment or a luxury item, and we make our jewelry from durable but low purity 14-karat gold alloys, in Thailand, jewelry is treated more as a financial investment, and higher purity 22-karat and 23-karat alloys are used, similar to the 22-karat gold that the American Gold Eagle coin is struck in. I'll talk more about why higher purity alloys are preferable for investors in just a moment. But first, I want to show you a family heirloom, a piece of gold jewelry from Thailand that's been in my family for about 50 years. And real quick guys, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like. It helps with the algorithm, and I really appreciate it. This is a 22-karat 2 baht gold chain that my grandfather picked up sometime back around 1970, when he was doing some temporary government duty in Thailand. I'm not sure exactly what he paid for this chain, but at the time, the spot price of gold was $35 an ounce, and this chain, being 2 baht, weighs in at about 30.4 grams, just shy of a troy ounce. Now, one major difference between gold jewelry here in the US and gold baht jewelry from Thailand is the markup over spot. In the US, it's not unusual to see 14-karat gold jewelry being sold for a 40 to 50% markup over the melt value of its gold content. However, as gold baht jewelry is sold more as a bullion investment, Thai gold dealers mark up the price much less, usually around 5% over the melt value. So I'd venture to guess that my grandfather picked this necklace up for somewhere in the $35 to $40 range. Not bad, considering that the melt value at today's gold price is over $1,500. How's that for conservation of purchasing power? Now, obviously, I have no plans to sell this necklace, and ideally, I would love to pass it on to my descendants. But the fact that this necklace has been passed down and retained its value is a great illustration of how precious metals are an effective way to build generational wealth. One thing about gold baht jewelry is that it does not always have a mark indicating its composition. This necklace, for example, has no mark indicating gold or the fact that it's 22 karat. I do, however, have an old appraisal of the chain, which includes its weight and purity. If a mark is present, it will usually be on the clasp, so make sure that you check there first. Speaking of the clasp, this is the type of clasp that you will typically find on gold baht jewelry. It's shaped like an M, and these little prongs can be bent to open or close them when you add or remove a chain. I know I mentioned earlier that the higher purity alloys used in Thai jewelry are preferable for bullion investors, and that's because if the jewelry is ever sold to a refiner, it's much easier to extract the pure gold from a high purity alloy like 22 karat than it is from something like 14 karat. So it will be easier to sell, and one would expect to get a better price from a refiner. And of course, none of this is investment advice. I'm just sharing with you some info about this jewelry. But for anyone who is looking for an alternative to coins or bars for a gold investment, Thai Gold Baht jewelry might be something to look into. Another reason I think us stackers and sound money enthusiasts should be familiar with gold baht jewelry is precisely because it sometimes does not have a mark. I've always enjoyed going to thrift stores and estate sales and looking for good deals on precious metals, and the more types of bullion you can recognize, the more likely you are to find those great deals. So make sure you always keep an eye out for these M-shaped clasps. As a final point, Any jewelry like this without a mark should be appraised or tested to determine the purity. While 22 karat and 23 karat gold are the most commonly used alloys for gold bought jewelry, sometimes lower purity gold alloys are used as well, and you want to know what you have. An acid test should be an effective way to determine the gold content of any bullion jewelry you come across. So, do you guys have any bullion jewelry? What do you think about Thai Gold Baht jewelry as a store of value? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to learn more about bullion jewelry, then check out this video right here. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time. Smart Silver Stacker out.